I think we're gonna sort of do a little bit of stealth and peek in from the barn into the wrapping room. And what we see when we look through is we see it's nice and warm in the room. There's a cozy little windows all around, looking out into the winter wonderland. And throughout the room, together forming a colorful assembly line where presents are wrapped, tagged, and shipped out. Our workstations. The place is in shambles with torn wrapping paper littering the floor and ribbons and tinsel weave throughout the place like a festive web. And we're having flashbacks to the Halloween episode where there's the cobwebs and somebody's voice from the back of the group. Why does it have to be spiders? Why is it always spiders? And we're met with a sort of this cackling cacophony of gremlins darting about the room, throwing presents and ribbon and tinsels all over the place and making an incredible mess. So in this room, there are 3 goblins, and they're misbehaving and running around the room, doing all sorts of stuff. One is wrapping presents in a wacky way, and one is gleefully adding more ribbons to the web, and one is defiling name tags with obscene doodles, and they're just having all kinds of fun. And so that's what we see, I think. Well, let's do it. Let's rush in. We're gonna rush in and roll initiative. Maybe burst in and get one. We're going to get one go off, but let's roll initiative and see what we get. So the gremlins are going to go at 14. So Stifle is at 13. Talon is at 7. Muzzle is at 16. Neck is at 9. Dewlap is at 19. Tail is at 15. So it's Dewlap, Muzzle, Tail, Gremlins, Stifle, Neck, and Talon. So Dewlap is gonna rush in, and I think I'm gonna give us surprise just because I can. So Dewlap runs in and attacks this one gremlin. So 1, 2, 3, and it's 13 and 24. Okay, so let's see. What is Dewlap gonna do? I think it's probably the Great Sword, right? So let's go ahead and do Great Sword and 2d6. That's a natural 2. Greatsword swings wide and misses, doing nothing useful at all. Muzzle the Fox Bard, I think, rushes up and attacks. Let's see, we've got 2 rapier, 1d8, and then a 1d4 on the dagger. Those d4s are hard to pick up. 9 plus... Oh, that's enough. Okay, so we miss with the rapier, but we hit with the dagger. So we hit for 4 total on number 3. Tail, the Weasel Wizard, comes in and does probably prestidigitation, and does over here on this one, does sort of like an image of like Christmas lights, like fairy lights, beautiful glowy sort of out of focus fairy lights, just a beautiful display, maybe in the shape of reindeer, sort of doing a one of those rotating lights that has the scene, kind of creates those fairy lights in like a laser light show. What would that be? A wisdom? Let's do a wisdom save. It's -2, and just sort of see if it gets it. -2 is not enough to save on a wisdom save. I think that affects this particular gremlin enough that it dehulkifies. So this gremlin dehulkifies. Now it is the gremlin's turn. So that was just in time, luckily for us. So gremlin is going to do 3 attacks against our paladin. All of those are misses. So completely misses, probably falls over backwards over that stool into the ribbons, trying to get away from the great sword and then trying to claw at the same time, and just ends up falling over backwards into this table with the ribbon desk. Doesn't go prone or anything, but does have that issue. And then this gremlin over here is going to use 3 clawing attacks against the bard. Bard is easier to hit. So Oh, that's +6. Wow. That actually hits all 3 times, but it's only 1 point of damage, so it's actually only 3 damage. So let's do 3 damage to the Bard. Ooh, that was lucky. They could have been down. So those are the Gremlins. Stifle the Cat Rogue is going to... can't really flank anybody. So we're gonna get sneak attack, but not at advantage. And is gonna use short bow with sneak attack. That's an 8 + 5. That is enough. That is actually enough to hit. So actually, wow, 10. That's pretty good. So we got 10 points on this gremlin right here. Neck is up. So Neck is going to rush in and attack straight to this guy. Oh, right. Hand axe and warhammer. An 8 and a 14. The 14 hits. And that was the hand axe. So that's 6 damage to this one. So we're at 16. Talon Ranger is up now, is going to step in, and I think it is just going to fire off a longbow on that one. There's no beasts in this room, so it's not really super useful. I mean, as far as favored weapon. So it's 1d8 + 5 to hit. That is 15. That is enough to hit. 3 + 3 is 6. 22. Oh, so close. So close. Almost got that one. Dewlap the Paladin is up and is right there, so is going to swing with that greatsword. Is a 2. That's definitely not enough to hit. Greatsword swings wide. Misses. Muzzle Bard is going to attack with rapier and dagger over here. Oops, that's a d8, not a d6. That's a natural 1 and a 7, and neither one of those are enough. Rapier and dagger flying around and just manage not to do anything. I think, the gremlin throws up a bunch of the ID tags, the note tags, and it just like gets chopped into confetti, but then the gremlin is just standing there. Tail the Weasel Wizard is going to try and do Firebolt again. 8 + 5. Oh, that's enough to hit. Wow. Okay. And so we've got actually a 9. That's pretty darn good. I think we hit on this one. So that's number 3. 9 takes us to 13. And now the gremlins are up. This gremlin is going to attack probably the fighter. I got 3 attacks and 1d4. I think that hits twice, but it's only 1 hit point. Neck, AC 18. Yeah. So hits twice, but only does 2 hit points. So that's excellent. So we're down to 8 hit points. And then this gremlin is going to attack 3 times against the Bard. The Bard is going down. Is a hit and a hit. So 2 hits for 6, 7, 8. Bard is down. Let me show you actually what it switches to. So this is actually up here, the HP management, death saves, and everything. So we'll get there on the next turn, but it switches to this neat. I haven't seen this before. I don't remember it happening. I think that's new. Because I don't remember that happening in my in the Stranger Things. But I don't know. It's either new or not new. I don't know. But we'll see. So that gremlin attacked and did that. So the Bard is down. Stifle the Cat Rogue, I think, is going to rush up, leaping over and attack with short sword. No sneak attack because there's nobody engaged. So it's going to be just a short sword. That is enough to hit, and 2, 5. So that takes that one to 18. Neck Badger is up. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to do the 2 hits. So we're gonna try and do hand axe and warhammer. Warhammer, hand axe hits for 6, which is enough to take this one down to 0. So this gremlin right here goes below 0 and then dehulkifies. Talon Ranger is going to shoot longbow. Let's see. No, longbow, 1d8. That's plenty to hit, and I rolled an 8 on a d8. That's pretty excellent. That is going to be, that's more than enough. So the other one goes down to 0 and then also dehulkifies. Yeah, so this one goes down to 0 and then dehulkifies. And so now we're out of initiative in this room. When all the gremlins are turned back to elves, they're so grateful that they present the group with one Jolly Good Items card. So we're going to go ahead and draw another card. And it's a candy cane. Yeah, it's a candy cane that's a prison dagger. It's a shank. That's hilarious. Okay, so we've got a Mug of Cocoa restores, my god, I can't read that. 2d4 hit points when drunk, and the effect is doubled when the drinking creature is cold. So we're going to feed this Mug of Cocoa to our bard. 2d4. And that's 3. So our bard goes up 3. And then, so the bard is back. I should use that toy soldier next. And so let's see, what have we got? We got to do lay on hands. How bad is the bard? So we're at 8. Okay, neck is down. So I'm using lay on hands pool. I'm going to use all 10 and heal Nick the Badger 10. And our bard is going to use cure wounds. So 1d8 plus 3. Wow, is an 8 plus 3. So that's going to take us up to the max. So 14, 15, 9. Stifle is down a little. Talon is down a little. But our tanks are doing pretty good. So I'm feeling okay about that. We're going to go ahead and go with that. We're not going to take a short rest or anything. But we've cleared out this room and we're getting ready to go into the next room.